Hello, parents of sixth grade science talent students. I am Dr. Cubbin. I am the sixth grade science talent teacher. I'm also eighth grade, but I'm not doing eighth grade this year. But we are mixing the teams up. I am also the regional coordinator for the Science Olympiad for New York City. Bay Academy, as I continually profess, is number one in New York City, number three in New York State. If your son or daughter is lucky enough to be in the Science Talent Program at Bay Academy, they're in the top science program in all of New York City middle schools, and I will guarantee that. Nobody else is doing what we're doing. This is, as I've met many of you on either parent family science nights or at open houses, and this is a research and development class. And I know this is a great leap of faith for the sixth graders. Eighth graders are having a great time because they've had me in sixth grade and they know how these competitions run. Sixth graders, many of them are frantic, they're lost, they don't know what to do. Parents, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. As I just told the core science parents, my goal is to have your son or daughter become a better student. I want to get them ready for high school. I know what they're going to be expected to do in high school. I see it firsthand. I have very close connections with the high schools and the students who graduate and go there, so I know what they're expected to do. So for science talent, a couple of things. I need you to just don't be helicoptering so much. Cut the cord a little bit. Let them do what they're going to do. Let them fail. Let them succeed on their own. Just to give you an idea of what we're doing so far, we are running right now 2 competitions, Science Olympiad and Future City. So if your son or daughter was fortunate enough to take the Science Olympiad test and get in, then they are in a handful of students who are, for the most part, in many cases, I'm switching them around quite a bit because I want them to just get the gist of what's happening with Science Olympiad. As they go from 6th grade to 7th grade, 7th grade, they're more likely to be in a set position on the team, much more likely because our 8th graders graduate. And then when they're 8th graders, if you've been on the team for 6th and 7th, chances are you'll be on for 8th too. If you are not on the Science Olympiad team for 6th grade, 6th grade is the toughest grade around. It really is. It's huge for 6th graders. They go from being coddled and have their hand held and being stroked and told they're wonderful and sweet and funny, which they might still be, but to the point where they have to gain a lot of responsibility in a short period of time. I don't know if I could have done Science Olympiad. I always tell them, I don't know if I could have done it in 6th grade. I remember myself in 6th grade. I was a little wacky. All science kids are a little wacky. And so I was a little off the center. And so I don't know if I could have done it. As far as the building component to Science Olympiad, I would have been a whiz with that. I was great with my hands. And so that's enough about me, though. So we're talking about your sons and daughters. So if they're on the team, it's a lot. Let them study, let them do what they're doing. Most of them are doing, I would say the vast majority. I don't know of anybody on the Science Olympiad team who's really not pulling their own weight because their partners will pull them along. I try to team everybody up with someone who knows kind of what's going on. If they're doing Future City, they're going to be learning a whole different collection of skill sets. So, people sometimes think that, I didn't make it on Science Olympiad, so I got to do Future City. No. The people on Science Olympiad are missing out on many of the skill sets that the Future City teams are learning. And if you are an 8th grade parent, you know that if your son or daughter is doing Future City this year and you talk to them, they know what's going on because they've already developed the skill sets to organize, to prioritize. Who's going to be the captain? Who's going to be the co-captain? Who's going to be the builder? Who's going to be having certain roles assigned to them so that when the competition comes up in January, everything's going to be together. The 8th graders, I met with them today. Dr. J took all the Science Olympiad kid in one of the Google meetings, and I took all the Future City kids. And it was great seeing the 8th graders again. And so now with those 8th graders, they're on. They're set and ready to go. The 6th graders are stumbling. They are stumbling, but they're supposed to stumble. If it was as easy as that, when I first picked up a golf club, everything would have been, getting holes in one. First time you're learning a new language, first I'm learning Chinese, would have been a piece of cake to be able to speak right away, but it's still an everyday work in progress, as is a science talent. So you know, they should always have something to do in Science Talent. Everybody should be doing something, especially now at Future City. People are really starting to get a little more organized, and some of the captains and co-captains are telling me so-and-so is not coming to the meetings. So-and-so is not coming to the meetings. Parents, I sent you an email recently, and I said that the five teams, the 5th, 6th grade teams should be meeting in Zoom meetings. And please invite me and invite your parents too. And I know kids are, they're funny about having parents there. They don't want their parents there. But a lot of our parents are well versed in engineering or in medicine or in science. And it would be great to have them there because you can get some input. And they don't really realize that now. They just know that I don't want my parents in the meeting. I don't want Dr. Cubbin in the meeting. But they would be well served by having us there. So the reason why I initially put this together, the program 6 years ago I started it, is because nowadays colleges and employers are really looking for people who have been involved at some point in time with academic competitions, whether it be Science Olympiad, Cyber Mission, Future Engineers, Engineer Girl, whatever it be. And you'll notice that they are not getting that many grades for Science Talent. Typically, it's an easy course to get 100 in. It's easy. If you're doing your work, it's a great way to get 100. Two major things that they've had done is they've had to sign up and maintain a good status in their group for Future City. And everybody has had to give me, send me just a few words on a competition that is mandatory for everybody. It's called Engineer Girl. Everybody has to do this. Look at your son's or daughter's Jupyter desktop and see if they have sent me the work. A lot of students haven't. A lot of students have not done that. We had some students who had not signed up for teams. And again, parents, trust me, just trust me on this. It's sink or swim. Either they're going to make it or they're not. And if they don't make it, I'm going to help them along. But I like to let them out there and do their own swimming first to see how far they get before they need to be lifted up, okay? So in a case where the students were not signing up for Future City, I let them go for a while. I want to see what they were going to do. And then I want to see what they said to me when they weren't on the team. And then I wanted to see what the other students said when they got on the team late. Because you're going to catch some heat if you're jumping into a team late, and they've been working on this all the time. It's important that they understand that they're holding up the rest of the team. If I would have forced them on from day one, then they'd be doing nothing. Now they're out in the spotlight and they have to do something. So there's always a method to my madness with Science Talent. Anything else I could think of? I've made my little notes over here. Cooperation, groups, getting along, Future City, and a lot of the other competitions like this. Once they get over the hurdle of Future City, it makes a big difference. I spoke to them today. Again, 8th graders are quite on. 6th grade parents, please tell your sons or daughters, say, Dr. Cubbin wants to have a Zoom meeting. Make it any time. You send me the link, I'll be there. As long as it's at nighttime. I will open my schedule. I'll be in that Zoom meeting. I might be there for 10 minutes. I might be there for 5 minutes. But as long as they know, once students know that we are watching them and interested, it makes a huge amount of difference. If any of you want to lead Zoom meetings for the kids, it would be great. Because we do so many competitions, I cannot do it myself. And so we need parent involvement. So with Science Olympiad, I run the vast majority of the Science Olympiad information, the registration, scheduling, a lot of the test-taking information. So a lot of schools, their Science Olympiad programs and their competitions are all parent-run. 100% parent-run. And these are schools that are going to nationals every year. So just so you know, I need your help. You need my help. They need both of our helps. And so we're here to do that. If you have any question, if your sons or daughter are missing anything, like attendance, seriously, parents, tell your sons and daughters when they get online, first thing they do is do the attendance. It does me no good when a student is filling out an attendance form at 10 o'clock at night. It does me zero good. It tells me, oh, I didn't want to do that, so I didn't do it. I mentioned during the course of the class several times to fill out the attendance. Okay, So that's about it. Some of the parents have been double booked. I don't know how the program worked like that, but they got double booked. I'm going to get in touch with you, and I will have a conversation over the phone with you. And so you might even get 10 minutes, better than the 5 minutes. So if you have any questions, this is a 10-minute video. I really hope you take the time to watch this. If you have any questions, you can always call me, 631-664-7885, or message me on Jupiter, and I will get back to you. Any questions you have. Okay, and I will see you Thursday at your pre-appointed time. Thank you, parents, and we'll talk to you soon. And we're always available if you want to meet or speak at any other time. Thank you, parents. And it's going to be a great year. In spite of everything, it's going to be a great year. And I think we're going to nationals, and I think we're going to take one of the top 3 places in Future City. Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.